for every fighter that I know. Fighting and martial arts and the journey through it 100% changes the direction of your life.
Stay back! Just defend the takedown, be patient.
There's things that I've faced in fights, opponents I've faced, adversities I've faced, being hurt, put my family through hell.
Stay patient.
Living on $100 a week, searching between the couches for coins to get the bus. When you've been through that and you've built that sort of resilience, and what can bother me now? That's essentially what I'm trying to pass on to these winter warriors. It's about going through this, one of the toughest tests I think a human can put themselves through, and then taking the lessons they've got from this journey into the rest of their life.
Okay, start jogging around the mat. Butt kicks, butt kicks. Side shuffle, face the mat. Face the outside.
Eugene is, he pushes us real hard, real hard.
Running backwards. Backwards in the same direction, you dorks.
Steel sharpens steel kind of thing, you know? And Eugene is sharpest of all of them.
Start, go. Sprint on the bike. That's it. Come on. Press that way.
I feel like everyone should be proud of themselves at this stage.
Come on, press, press, press. Speed up on the ball. Pick it up fast. Slam it down fast.
Starting off, a few people probably would have had no training in like the last however many years.
Change. Come on, let's go. Start. Don't wait. There's not a break.
So it's good to see everyone's actually getting into it. They can actually complete like 5-minute rounds of like straight just exercise, you know?
Nothing's really changed since day one. Like, we learn a certain thing on the first week, and then every week after that it's just been the same. Always start from the same point, but it just gets little techniques or pieces added on. So it makes it a lot easier, just getting the knowledge, you know, in small increments. Nothing too hard out. As long as you learn the fundamentals, I guess, and everything just falls into place after that.
Time. Nice work. Here we go. Nice and light. Hands up. Do the basics.
Winter Warrior, it's really built me up.
One more round.
I've made so many amazing friends and I love it so much. So I grew up in West Auckland. I wasn't really supported at home. My dad was an alcoholic and my eldest sister was a little bit of a bully. I had a lot of pent-up anger towards my family. And then I met my husband and he kind of got me out of that situation. Then I spent the next 5 years being disrespected by his family and hating my life. I woke up one day and realized how much I'd lost myself. I didn't want to be in a relationship with him. I didn't want to be me anymore. City kickboxing and the people here, it's like one big family, and this is my safe space. I feel welcomed, I feel loved. And MMA, it makes you a way stronger person, not just physically, mentally. I'm bettering myself. Yeah, it's for sure like changed my life.
The rules are up there now, so hopefully you guys have gone through them, but what you want to think about is the points, dominating the points. So it's scored on a number of things, like damage is one of them, the amount of damage you're doing on the other person. Volume is one of them as well. So like if I throw 50 punches at you in one round and you only throw 20, then I clearly won that round, like if I land them. Normally it'll favor the person that gets the takedown. So, I take John down, John springs straight back up. They won't reward John for springing straight back up as much as they reward me for even getting him down in the first place. And then ultimately, if I can get him down and hold him down there for like a duration of like 20, 30 seconds or longer, then that's the ultimate, yeah.
I've always had a tough relationship with sports. I did try ultimate frisbee, not a popular sport. You have a disc and you try to catch it in the end zone. Was terrible at it, but it was a lot of fun. I first walked into city kickboxing a couple of years ago. My friend said, hey, you want to learn boxing? And I walk in and I see everybody throwing kicks. I'm like, this is not what I signed up for. And then I saw Eugene, and he did not smile.
3, 2, 1, butt scoot, anywhere, go!
So I thought Eugene would be, go learn from like one of the other guys in the gym. There's like plenty of people. Like, he never kind of said, go away.
Watch your space, watch your space.
Even when I dipped in motivation, I wouldn't really show up. And I'd come in and be like, where have you been?
Watch your space.
And I'd be like, I've just been struggling to get out of bed and like come to training sessions. And he was like, everyone goes through it, just keep showing up. And he was never, you don't have the heart for this, or you don't have the will to do this, just stop coming. He never said that. And I thought, hey, that's cool. I think a lot of people would be like, you're lazy and you don't show up. Very few people kind of tolerate you slowly progressing. Everybody loves to see that, like, yeah, this guy's phenomenal. He's like exploding. That's probably what makes him a good coach.
Don't let them control you. Don't let them control you. Lights and light. Hands up. Do the basics. You have to build them up slowly, and you have to work on their confidence. I give them a lot of encouragement privately. Like, I'll message them or I'll talk to them and say, man, you did really well today. Be careful with the power of your kicks here. You're throwing them nice and fast, but they might be hitting too hard. Just making them realize that they are progressing and how well they're doing. Nice. Something as simple as that can start to turn their mindset a little bit and start to make them think, if Eugene thinks that I'm doing okay, maybe I can pull this off. Okay, everything. Takedowns, kicks, okay, ready? Start! Test out some of your takedowns if you want to. Don't be afraid. Test out your takedown defense.
I feel like the more we do this, I'm a little bit more comfortable, but also we all try a little bit more and we try a little bit harder.
You better watch out for that takedown, Ryan. Wong loves a takedown.
It's far easier to watch other people and go, you should do this. And then when you're in that position, you're like, oh, what do I do?
Right, good. Good try, Wong. Good defense, Ryan.
It has been an up and down journey emotionally, but I think everybody's been going through that, just regardless of why they've signed up. The other girls that I chat to, they're having good weeks and then bad weeks and thinking that everyone else is doing really well and they're not. And it's like, no, last week I thought everyone else was doing well and I wasn't. What really motivated me to join up for Women to Warrior is that my dad passed away. And through that grieving process, I just really didn't feel like exercising and I really didn't feel like doing fun activities. I think because I've worked in mental health for so long, I just knew I needed maybe a wellness plan. Women to Warrior had been in the back of my mind that I might do it one day, and I was like, this is probably the perfect time to be doing it. Having a really solid goal of you're going to do this program and then fight someone, it's there's so many different aspects to concentrate on. And I really think that learning a new skill is so helpful for your own well-being. I think my dad would be proud of me. I don't think he'd support me being in a fight, but that's what dads are like.
Well done, that was really good. Awesome, make sure you keep turning up, please, for the rest of the week.
heading over to the gym, city kickboxing. Before starting Winter Warrior, I'd be getting up like 6:30, so this is way, way early. Knowing that someone is out to get you at the end of the 20 weeks, that's enough motivation to get you out of bed.
I studied Bachelor of Physio down south in Dunedin. After I graduated, I came back up to Auckland because I actually wanted to support my mum financially. So I just wanted to be present for my family. My mum likes cooking on her own, and so do I, because we don't have a big kitchen. And then my mum has her way of cooking, I have my way of cooking. Yeah, my mum's a free thinker, she's an open mind. Most Asian parents don't want their kids to do anything like physically dangerous, but she knew how important like being extracurricular was instead of just getting your head stuck in books and things like that. My mum's actually not gonna be coming to watch us fight though, because she's too scared of her two little boys getting hurt. I've tried to convince her, but she's just not ready for that yet.
Okay, this is what you're gonna do. She's gonna have her hands up, and then the same for me. And then she's gonna jab me as fast as she can when she wants to. She can feint sometimes. And then I'm gonna be the person that jabs back. Utilize a bit of space, move around a little bit. Don't do like 100 jabs in a row, like move around, feint. Try and be a little bit tricky, try and be faster than them. Okay? Let's go. Watch the space, watch the space. Get your guard back. Now you gotta scramble.
It's so different when you're doing your drills, everybody's complying, and then the minute you get that resistance, you're like...
Defend those takedowns, keep your hands up, Sweeney.
You find yourself in them situations and you're like, in a microsecond in your brain, you revisit every class that you've had so far, and then pick one thing, and you try it and it doesn't work, but then you pick the next thing, and the next thing until you find the opening. But yeah, no, it's ingrained now, I think.
Spread your legs, she's gonna lift, you get ready to scramble.
And that's why they say you gotta repeat it to use it once, you know?
Look, oh, he's tired. My man's tired. My man's tired.
I'm definitely a striker. I've been kickboxing for a few years. I really like kicking. I really like kicking high, spinning kicks and stuff, but they're high-risk maneuvers.
What are you doing? Let's go, boys.
I won't be going in there aiming for the ground. I'll definitely prefer to stand up. But punching and kicking is all well and good. But when you get too close, it's like, oh, stop, I want to box, you know? It's not going to work like that.
Defend, 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 defend.
And I definitely think wrestling with the bigger, heavier guys helps, because then when you go against someone your own size, it's almost like you've just gained like superpower that 1 minute, you know?
Damn.
It's tough going, but...
For a start, you got to practice every part, and you don't really know where your strengths and weaknesses lie. You might like a takedown, you might like it against the wall, on the ground. Now's the time to experiment with that. Not on the night of your match. You're like, you know what? I've never taken a single person down, but tonight I'm going to take someone down. No. You want to be able to practice that. Yeah, okay, start. Sometimes you have to encourage different students to explore the different proponents of the sport, because sometimes they just end up doing one, like just standing up and stuff. So just making them understand that this is the time to practice and experiment with stuff like takedowns, takedown defense, and all the different moves. Oh, nice, John. You don't want to end up on fight night and be in a situation that you're unfamiliar with. So now's the time to really experiment with that and get in as many different positions, as many varied parts of the sport as you can, so that nothing's a surprise on the fight night. That was a great session. Well done. Some good, solid rounds. There's definitely a bit of improvement. Well done. Okay, this is wrestling. Remember what I said about matching your person's stance, especially because there's a big height differential. So me and him are wrestling. He goes down low. I'm not going to stay up here. He'll get to my legs. I got to come down here. I got to come down here. We're moving around. He's trying to grab my leg. She reach for my leg. Okay. Ready? Shake hands. Watch your space, watch your space. Keep your stance low. Try and reach those legs, try and reach those legs. Oh, nice try, nice try. Oh, nice, pick the leg up, pick the leg up.
Yeah, it's difficult. I hate wrestling. I really wish this wasn't part of the whole MMA thing. I just wanna stand. I'm anticipating the walking out into the cage is gonna be so intense in terms of emotion and like nervousness that people are gonna be like, my body is like shaking. This guy's coming at me. I don't have time to think about my move. If I get hit, I get hit, but I'm just gonna let my body go. You're not thinking like, yeah, I'm gonna step my leg out, go for the back of the knees. That's too much thinking. Over the last few weeks, I feel like a more competitive side of me is coming out. When I'm out here, it's no longer, yeah, I want to practice. It's like, I want to do good. It's fun to be competitive, you know? It makes the workouts more bearable. If you're just here and you're like, yeah, I'm just doing this to do it, I don't think you could last too long. It gets too much. You gotta compete.
Choose your position. Remember, if the bottom person gets up, just reverse the position. Ready, go. Frame him and push him away. Get him away.
Come on, you got this, Jasmine, come on. Don't let your mum win. Oh, I'm so sad. Grappling's off the cards for now. In the takedowns last week, I bruised all of my ribs and then strained this one and tore this one again. I'm gutted, honestly. Right at the start, I had the niggle with my pec muscle and I found out that it was torn. I'm not able to grapple or do a lot of the stuff that we needed to do as far as MMA went. And yeah, Eugene was like, how are you feeling? Maybe you should postpone. Yes, it's disappointing. Like from the point of view that everybody was here, we were all like, as a team, we were psyching ourselves up to get in the octagon, and mentally, Wimp to Warrior would have been great. But I think I'm going to come back stronger next year. I'm not going to be this little mouse that morphs into the background anymore. I am woman, hear me roar, basically.
Whether you're sparring on the ground or against the wall or wherever, you've got to understand the level of your partner, how strong you are, how heavy you are, and you've got to adjust a little bit, okay? So if it means you have to kind of give them some stuff to keep the sparring flowing, then that's what you've got to do. Then later on, when you come up against someone who's closer to your own size and strength, then you can go at it a bit more. Sparring's getting better and better. People are getting just more familiar with defense in particular and just how sparring works. Yes, stay on her. Keep your weight on her, keep your weight on her. You're heavier than her. Prior to that, we're in a learning phase where everything's very controlled. This person's gonna do this, and this is how this person's gonna react. But then you put them in an environment where you're gonna do whatever you want, and they're gonna react however they want. That sort of pressure, you can straight away see like the behaviorisms of each different person and how they're gonna react. And that's the biggest clue that you have to matching them up.
Ropata, white chicken. So this guy, he needs someone as well.
Yeah. So I already have a few definitive matches in my head, and in the next week or two, a lot of those matches will be made.
I'm just looking at weights.
There's always little tweaks you do as you get closer and closer to the event, and you see people performing. You're like, this person's going to be better with this person. There's a little bit, but for the most part, most of the matches we would have done in the next 1 or 2 weeks.
Tui was with Ethan, but now Ethan's with Underwood. So Tui doesn't have anyone, he's 19.
I'm on target.
At this stage, you should be able to do your sit-outs continuously without stopping once. What the f*** are you doing, Seamus? Some other sort of move.
Right now I'm feeling excited.
Take your frustration out.
So in my weight class, there was actually a few of us and a few bigger guys than myself.
Posture up, you need to do more punching.
I'm very, very chill. Anyone would do. Can't wait to get an octagon at the end. I'm not afraid to test my own limits and capabilities.
20 weeks is a very long time to be committing yourself every single morning to training. All the discipline, the early mornings, the routine. It's all just part of the game.
So, yeah, I'm just excited. Can't wait, man.
Who doesn't have a partner?
Always looking at prospective opponents.
Careful on the ground, just like when you're standing up. Get some light punches off on the ground.
But when you weigh in, I'm like, what would you weigh? What did you weigh? What did you weigh, you know? There must be like 10 people in that class that are on the exact same weight.
Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Pull the head down.
But knowing that you're going to be partnered up with somebody more on your level, I just keep looking at Jeff. Jeff's faster and slicker than I am, you know, but I think in my head, if I just train to fight Jeff, then I'll be sort of okay if I fight anybody else, you know.
Everybody's gonna spar at the same time for this round. Okay, start.
There's actually probably one guy that I really want to fight, and that's my training buddy, Mark. He's probably the only guy that I actually want to fight because I feel like he's got a lot more experience than everyone else, and so do I. So it would be like a good show, you know?
Watch your space, nice and light.
And sparring him, we're pretty evenly matched, so even though he's a couple kilos heavier, like I wouldn't mind jumping in the ring with him.
Nice and light. Yes, Ra?
Yeah, I've definitely had a bit of a tactical scan around the room to see who I might fight.
Watch that takedown defense, Ra. Sprawl, Ra. Sprawl, Ra.
I think that I have been a little bit concerned about hitting another human. I am worried that I'll forget everything in the fight and that I'll be like, what have I been training? How come none of it's working? My biggest worry is probably how it will feel to lose. Not that I focused on that, but one of us will be losing. And just trying to predict how that might make me feel, and if that's fine, then cool.
Holy moly, there's so many matches. I need to just set aside a whole afternoon for this. It's a headache, and it always takes 2 or 3 times as long as you think it'll take. That's the thing, you just gotta work through it. I mean, this is immediately a good match here. Such a big group, and it's so diverse that it's highly likely that there's gonna be someone in there suitable for someone else. See, again, like these two are close together in temperament. There's not going to be many cases where I won't be able to find a match for someone, but there's some guys in there that I know that if they hit you, they're going to be very strong. There's some guys in there I know that if they get hit like that, they're not going to be able to take it. Yeah, that's definitely part of the decision-making process. Nothing's uneven there. That could go either way. I think all these guys, to be honest, are much of a muchness. I could interchange all of them. I would be happy with him. I want to see very competitive matches. I don't want to see people get hurt. You know, sometimes that's out of my hands, but if it's competitive and one person's managed to hurt the other, then they've done that because they've performed on the night, not because I've mismatched them.
They're best friends, these two.
And I can't have concerns about friendships. Like, after 20 weeks, everybody's friends. But what I've found is that
your friendship's under a cloud of suspicion. So I think everybody knows they're becoming friends at their own risk. It's like, you know what I mean?
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.